You wake up exhausted, feeling tired, feeling thirsty, craving sweets, or your energy crashes at exactly the worst time. Doctors tell you that your blood sugar is a little bit high, or that you're borderline, or that you're pre-diabetic. But what if I tell you that traditional Chinese medicine has been treating this exact condition for over 2,000 years, long before the word glucose even existed? And the discovery was accidental. It began with a minor toilet break, a bowl, and a trail of very determined ants. This became the earliest medical observation of diabetes, long before we even had blood tests. In traditional Chinese medicine, we call it Xiāo Kě, literally translated as wasting and thirsting. Today, modern medicine causes diabetes or pre-diabetes. Two very different languages, but describing the same reality. Healing is like tending a garden, and in each video, we water the roots. I'm Dr. Amy, a traditional Chinese medicine doctor, helping you understand your body's hidden messages so that you can heal naturally and deeply from the inside out. Today, we're blending modern medicine with traditional Chinese medicine, the mechanics and the meanings, so you finally understand what diabetes is and what you can start doing today to regain balance. Let us start simple. When you eat, food breaks down into glucose, the fuel that your cell uses for energy. To move the glucose from your blood into the cells, your body needs something called insulin, a hormone made by the pancreas. In pre-diabetes and diabetes, one of the two things happens. Insulin resistance, your cells stop responding to the insulin, like the locked doors that no longer opens to the key. Or the second one, the pancreatic exhaustion. Your body cannot produce enough insulin. So think of it, low production of keys. When the glucose, these energy cannot enter the cells, it stays in the bloodstream, and this creates the classic symptoms: thirst, hunger, fatigue, slow wound healing, tingling in hands and feet, and frequent urination. This is where modern medicine stops, but traditional Chinese medicine, we go deeper. In traditional Chinese medicine, diabetes isn't just high blood sugar. It's a systemic imbalance named Xiāo Kě, wasting and thirsting. And ancient doctors classified this into three types: upper, middle, and lower. Just like how Earth is divided into three: the skies, the land, and the seas. So with the upper, the skies, which is our lungs, common symptoms are intense thirst and dry mouth. The middle, which is for our soil, our farmland, and is also linked to our stomach. Therefore, you will have symptoms of excessive hunger and endless cravings. And lastly, the lower level, our deep blue sea, which is our kidney. There you will experience frequent urination, fatigue, and weight loss. So with all these three types, they are all forms of heat or yin deficiency. So with the upper, we have lung heat. With the middle, we have stomach heat. And with the lower, we have kidney yin deficiency. Now watch how these two systems beautifully overlap. Glucose getting stuck in the blood causes internal heat. And because it's so heated up on our inside, it causes dryness. And this leads to yin deficiency. And now what about insulin resistance? Well, this causes blockages. And this leads to qi stagnation. And what about pancreas exhaustion? Spleen deficiency. And lastly, what about the thirst, urination, and hunger? This would be the fluid imbalance from the heat that consumes our yin. Modern medicine explains what happens. Traditional Chinese medicine explains why it happens. Pre-diabetes means the blood sugar level is high but not high enough for diabetes. However, still high enough to be a problem. Warning signs include constant hunger, afternoon energy crashes, sugar cravings, thirst, belly fat, feeling tired after meals. Traditional Chinese medicine translates this to early signs of stomach heat, spleen qi deficiency, and yin depletion. It is your body saying that I'm struggling, but I can recover if we act now. And yes, type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetes are reversible. And this is where modern science and traditional Chinese medicine meets perfectly. Traditional Chinese medicine says indeficiency equals to heat, which leads to internal exhaustion. Modern medicine says that it's inflammation, leading to insulin resistance, and then to metabolic dysfunction. Two languages, one truth. Indeficiency is the biggest root. In is your fluid, your cooling system, your nourishment. When your yin is depleted, heat rises, thirst increases, sugar craving spikes, tissues dry, and inflammation appears everywhere. This is the internal landscape of diabetes. Secondly, lung, stomach, kidney disharmony. Diabetes attacks in this triad. Lung regulates the moisture. It's our atmosphere. So lung yin deficiency equates to dryness, which leads to thirst. Stomach, which equates to our soil and our farmland in our body, therefore our digestion and appetite. You will have stomach heat, which will cause constant hunger. So it's like a fire that will never be extinguished. Lastly, our kidneys, the essence and the fluid metabolism, which equates to our body's ecosystem of the deep blue ocean. So when you have kidney yin deficiency, you have frequent urination and exhaustion. One imbalance triggers another. So what are some lifestyle and emotional triggers? Traditional Chinese medicine has observed this for thousands of years. Chronic stress burns yin, late night damage kidneys, overthinking weakens spleen, heavy, sweet or oily thing burdens our stomach, and sedentary lifestyle leads to qi stagnation. And unfortunately, this seems like the epitome of modern life. This combination is the perfect storm for diabetes. So what do these symptoms really mean? Excessive thirst is the lung and stomach heat that keeps consuming the yin. What about excessive hunger and weight loss? So it's like a wildfire, burning everything in its way, turning everything into ashes, which is actually lighter than whatever life it was before. So hence to the drop in weight. What about frequent urination? Our kidney yin cannot anchor the fluids. Our body is very clever in its own way. When it has something that it needs but cannot use, it will expel it anyways. What about fatigue? This is the qi deficiency, chronic yin exhaustion. Then our slow healing, numbness and tingling. This is because of the blood stasis, qi deficiency and weak kidney support. And lastly, what about irritability or emotional instability? This is because of the heat rising. So the first fire grazing through your body that actually disrupts the atmosphere and eventually clouding the sun. And essentially all this burning causes liver qi stagnation. Everything is connected. So what can you do today? Simple, effective and beginner friendly. Food therapy, nourish yin, clear heat and improve your metabolism. Eat more cooling food like your buttermelon, barley, mung bean, celery, cucumber, carrot, chrysanthemum tea, goji berries, mulberries, steamed pears, black sesame, and lotus root. These foods cool internal heat, nourish yin, and improve glucose metabolism. Avoid or temporarily reduce fried foods, heavy dairy, excess red meat, spicy, heat-producing foods, ice-cold drinks, overly processed carbs, and late-night snacking. Anything that inflames your blood sugar also inflames your internal heat. You are not restricting, you are letting yin bold. There are 4 simple but powerful acupressure points for you to press daily for 1 to 2 minutes. How to find them will be listed in the description down below. So the first one would be Sān Yīn Jiāo. This one regulates blood sugar and nourishes your yin. Secondly, this boosts qi and improves digestion. Tai Chi, it nourishes kidney yin. And lastly, Tai Tong. This one reduces irritability and smooths the flow of qi. Next up, daily movement. Gentle but consistent. In traditional Chinese medicine, we really recommend intense workout for diabetes because sweating too much burns your yin, which you already don't have enough of. Instead, go for simple jogs, practice yoga, tai chi, or qigong, because movement means smooth qi, and this equates to better glucose control. Sleep, your nighttime medicine. Yin replenishes at night. Your pancreas hormones reset during deep sleep. Modern studies have shown that one night of poor sleep increases insulin's resistance the next day. And traditional Chinese medicine said this centuries ago. Yang yin bi xian yang xing. To nourish yin, calm the heart first. And remember, sleeping well anchors your shen, which is your heart, your sun. And commonly asked question, what time? Every hour before midnight counts for double. But I always say, preferably before 11 p.m. But for me personally, because I've been very busy recently, so I have been sleeping like at 9:30 because I know that's what my body needs. So listen to your body. And honestly, going beyond midnight, you are really burning yourself out. And in traditional Chinese medicine, we do have fantastic herbs that can help with this condition. But please consult your traditional Chinese medicine doctor for personalized formulas. So to wrap this all up, where modern science meets traditional Chinese medicine, modern research now shows chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, poor sleep, high stress, visceral fat are the biggest drivers of diabetes. And traditional Chinese medicine has always said yin deficiency equates to inflammation, qi stagnation equates to stress, spleen deficiency equates to poor digestion. Science and traditional Chinese medicine are speaking the same language. And the best thing about traditional Chinese medicine, these are patterns. So if you change your patterns, you can change the symptoms. So my lovelies, Xiāo Kě diabetes is not just a label. It's your body's whisper that it's thirsty for balance. When you nourish your yin, calm your stomach, strengthen your kidneys, and create steady routines, the body remembers how to heal. So this all equates to your ecosystem's wildfire going out of control, which covers up our clear skies. And because the fire is blazing too strong, it dries up our water reserves. However, when you start changing your habits, these patterns will start correcting itself. And in the end, you will heal. If this helped you see diabetes in new light, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so I can share with you more ancient wisdom that we can apply to our modern life to live better and healthier. Comment which symptom or pattern you relate to the most. And don't forget to check out this video that explains our ecosystem, the 5 Zhang organs. And maybe this video that you just watched would make much more sense. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you good health. And good health is the ultimate fortune and the only investment with endless return. And when do we start investing? Right now.